Hey, have you ever agonized over a decision for like months or even years and then just kind of made the decision that you knew you were going to make in the first place? Hi, I'm Mark. Welcome back to things that I've learned from the science of decision making that are just broadly useful in everyday life. And if you like these videos, please remember to like, share, and subscribe. In this week's blog post, I give 2 examples of people who did exactly that. One of those examples is me and my divorce, but I don't know, y'all, I write about it, but it feels so much weirder to talk about it on video. So I'm not going to talk about it. I'm going to talk about one of my clients instead. A few years ago, somebody that I worked with got a new job offer. She'd been in a job for a good amount of time, like 6, 7, 8 years, and it was fine. Like the job was going fine. She wasn't deeply dissatisfied, or the job was not going to go any further. She'd kind of hit the ceiling. And on a whim, she'd seen a job opportunity come through her inbox, and she's like, screw it. I'm just going to apply for this. The application was weird in that it actually asked her in the application process, what's the salary that you're looking for? And she initially typed in the salary that she was making at the old job. And then she's like, you know what? No, this is stupid. I should ask for the salary I really want. And she did. She put a number down that she knew they were not going to give her. And then she kind of forgot about this job application because, truth be told, there were other people applying in her field that she knew were probably a little bit more qualified for this. The long story short, they offered the salary that she wanted. Now, one complication is that this job was in a completely different country. But this person didn't have any kids, was not married, had no family around her, had a good group of friends, but really that was the only thing tying her to the city that she was living in. So it's a job that would have challenged her. It was an advancement. It was a salary that she wanted. You'd think it was a no-brainer. And she said afterwards, it should have been a no-brainer. Yet she agonized over that decision for a year. She asked the universe to give her a sign. She asked God to give her a sign. She was trying to listen to her gut instinct. She literally bored all of her friends, she told me, just trying to agonize over this decision. She did end up taking the job, but this month, I want to dig into what one of my friends calls the woo of decision making. Things like gut instinct, things like feeling our body, things like looking for signs or even externalizing the decision to some other bigger power. If you've been following for a while, you know that I approach decisions fairly systematically. So the question that we want to answer this month is, how do we actually incorporate that woo of decision making? How do we incorporate things like our gut instinct? How do we incorporate things like our unconscious or subconscious? So because there's only one blog post left for this month, next week is going to go into both the science and the practice. We're going to talk about the science of unconscious thought, which is super fascinating. I'm going to give you about 5 steps for how to know when you can actually trust that woo of decision making and when maybe you should distrust it. But in the meantime, I want to hear your stories. Was there ever a decision that you agonized about for months or years? You can tell me your stories here in the comments, or you can go to the 2 places that this week's blog post is posted: on my Substack, solvingforwhy.substack.com, and on my main page, markschreim.com/blog. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you next week.